That night, I stood in my parents' living room, the silence a stark contrast to the mocking laughter that had filled it earlier. The smile on my face was cold, a shield of ice behind which a storm of anger and a cold resolve churned. They finally realized that the version of me who would always quietly clean up the messes and swallow his pride for the sake of family harmony was gone. My mother's response on the phone to my interrogation had been defensive, tinged with that familiar sense of entitlement. It was the family emergency fund. She is your sister. Were you just going to let her and the kids get evicted? That was my emergency fund with Carla. I corrected her calmly, my voice devoid of emotion. Taking it without my consent is theft, and all of you were accomplices when you stood by and let them hurt Carla. After hanging up, I looked at the strip of light under Carla's door. She was inside, struggling with her ancient, laggy tablet, trying to practice her art. She never complained. Her quiet resilience hurt me more than any tears could have. I knew that just getting the money back wasn't enough. The toxic dynamic in this family had to break. I didn't explode immediately. I contacted the bank, disputing the transfer as unauthorized. Quietly, I also consulted a lawyer about the cleanest way to separate my finances from the joint account. It took time, and I learned patience. Weeks later, as the shadow of the Easter gathering seemed to fade, my mom called again, her tone artificially bright. Your father's 70th birthday is next month. We're having a party at the house. You have to come. Families need to be together. Of course, I'll be there, I replied, my tone unreadable. On the day of the party, Carla and I arrived on time. She stayed close to my side, clutching the new set of high-grade sketchbooks and professional pencils I'd bought her, a stopgap until she had a new computer. The house was full of relatives, the atmosphere loud. Amanda and her kids were there, the children rampaging through the rooms as usual. When we walked in, the conversation hit a brief, awkward pause. Amanda glanced at the art supplies in Carla's hands and offered a thin, fake smile. Oh, going back to traditional art. That is good, better than being glued to a screen. My parents came over, trying hard to be welcoming. Dad clapped me on the shoulder. Glad you made it, son. Glad you made it. I smiled back at everyone, but it didn't reach my eyes. Carla settled quietly in a corner and started to draw, keeping her distance from her cousins. As the party reached its peak, the cake was brought out, candles lit, and everyone sang. Just before Dad leaned in to blow out the candles, I stepped into the center of the living room and clapped my hands gently, drawing all eyes to me. Before Dad makes his wish, I began, my voice clear and steady. I have a special gift for him, and for this family. Everyone looked at me, curious and expectant. Amanda even had that look. How great, my brother, is expression. I took a folder from my briefcase and pulled out several papers. I handed the first one to my father. Dad, this is for you. A check for $2,500. This repays the loan Amanda took from the emergency fund, with interest. Consider the matter of the laptop settled permanently. His smile froze. He held the check, looking utterly lost. The room was dead silent. I then turned to my mother. Mom, this is for you. A copy of the legal confirmation that I have formally closed our joint emergency account. The remaining funds have been withdrawn and separated. From now on, any and all family emergencies will be for you and Amanda to handle yourselves. Her face went pale. Finally, I looked at Amanda, her face now a mask of shock and rising anger. Amanda, I said, my calmness somehow louder than any shout. This is for you. An itemized list of every rent payment, utility bill, and bailout I've given you over the past 5 years. I don't expect you to pay it back, but I want you, and everyone here, to see exactly how much this spoiled brother has done for this family, while you couldn't even offer my daughter basic respect. I placed the papers on the table softly, like setting down a tremendous weight. As for the birthday gift, I said, looking back at my father, finally letting the cold smile drop, my eyes now just empty and distant. I thought giving this family the gift of accountability and real respect was more valuable than anything money could buy. Carla and I are done paying for this twisted version of family harmony. I turned to my daughter in the